Wednesday. We'll go over a couple of pre-market stuff here, heading into the open. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. Just first and foremost, speak about a little bit of news from yesterday. We did have Netflix release earnings, and they were trading lower post-market. So I know we did fall off on the US indexes. So let's go over that. Let's just go to Netflix. Is it here? Netflix. There we go. Okay, so we can see Netflix was trading lower, I think 6% or now 7% into the open from post-market. So that obviously affecting the US markets as well. Just make sure you guys are on mute if you are listening in the edgeful Discord. But yeah, overnight we can see indexes trading lower. You can see, as I said, right after Netflix released earnings, we did get a move down on the NASDAQ from 330 down to almost 100 points lower. We're still trading as an inside day at the moment, so bear that in mind. I've spoken quite a bit about this. When price does trade within the previous day's highs and lows, we can sometimes see a little bit of consolidation, and that very, very rarely happens. So waiting for one side to break is obviously, more ideal in terms of volume and volatility. Let's just go over to N curve here. We can see that. Let's go to the New York session time zone, but we can see that only 20% of the time in the last 6 months have we traded as an inside day. So I would ideally like to see the lows be taken out, at least pre-market lows. We did have a choppier day yesterday. I managed to get some shorts on the NASDAQ as well as on the DAX. But this level of 220, 200 held pretty firmly yesterday. We tried to come down lower both times and failed to do so. So I would like this level here, the support zone here, to be taken out before we look for some shorts and extension of that. Same as on the ES chart as well. ES was looking a little bit more bullish yesterday, then holding up a little bit more than NASDAQ. And then YM just ripped yesterday. So, interesting there. But yeah, I think this level here on ES at 60, I'd like that to be taken out as well before we look for some shorts in continuation. We have printed lower highs pre-market coming to the open, so that will be interesting to see what we do get. Stocks look relatively mixed across the bag here. But YM, definitely the more bullish index of the three. Look how we just ripped here yesterday into the open. I mean, we just take out that opening range high and we rip 300 points to the highs. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day here today. I think picking the spots wisely will be obviously a lot, more patient in entries. I think I did well yesterday on my side in terms of looking for those shorts and then getting it at a better price. So how I kind of traded yesterday on the NASDAQ was I took a short over here at 248. And then we bounced up higher, got back in or added into my position at 268 and managed to get out at those lows of there, and then ended up taking a scratch on the second entry. But with the CFDs, they actually split the entries across the two, which is quite neat. I know the futures, when I do trade futures, they average the price out. But yeah, going to be interesting to see what we do get. As I said, I would prefer shorts. I just think we are at all-time highs if we go, this is the 5-minute chart, but if you go to the daily chart, we are currently sitting at these all-time highs on the American side of things. The DAX, I made some money short this morning as well. We still a little bit off all-time highs, still 2% of all-time highs, give or take. But I would prefer the shorts. We just haven't been getting any follow-through on entries. I don't know how you guys have been going your side. I hope that you guys have had a good, solid week so far. How's your guys' week been? Hoa, I see you in the chart, in the chat here as well. Anyone here watching live on Discord too? But yeah, obviously, as I said, the main thing was we do have some earnings as well. So let's bring up that earnings. We had Netflix, as I mentioned yesterday. We do have, let's have a look what we do have here coming through to the rest of the week. I normally just use earningshub.com. We do have Tesla after the close today. So obviously that will be a big one. And I do believe next week we have some earnings as well. Okay. Let's just continue with Google. There we go. Okay. So next week, I do believe is NVIDIA, or let's have a look here. Let's go like that. Wait for it to load. Yeah, we have Microsoft next week, Meta, Google, Apple, Amazon. Where was NVIDIA? Was NVIDIA the following week? Yeah, NVIDIA is still 2 weeks time, I do believe then. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Okay, maybe it's later on. But anyway, we got Tesla after the close today. So obviously, that will be quite important for markets to see what we do get here. As I said, I would prefer shorts today, just from what I'm seeing. Markets have just tightened up. We had quite a volatile Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Friday, and then even Thursday last week was pretty volatile. And then we traded in quite a tight range here yesterday, only 100-point range yesterday on the Nasdaq. So keep the patience into the open. That's going to be my plan. I would ideally like shorts after this level here. Pre-market lows have been taken out, and then we'll see you guys all live on my stream for the open. Have a good one. We'll see you then, and I'll be in the Edgeful Discord here the rest of the day as always.